Perfect. Hey guys, how's it going? It's me. It is Monday night, or I guess Tuesday morning, about 12:30 a.m. I hope everybody is doing well. Am going to go over the latest market data with you guys, but first I wanted to go over some stuff on the dashboard. So this is a post from Joe earlier this evening. Joe and Marty had submitted an offer on a property, and we're waiting on a response back from the listing agent. And the listing agent, I'm assuming that Joe called the listing agent to check status shortly after the response time frame ended. And the listing agent says, dude, I was going to call. And that's, of course, 10 minutes after the response deadline, right? So we waited until after the response deadline, called the agent, and he says, dude, I was going to call. Yeah, man, we received 2 more offers. 1 over asking, 3 total. My guy, presumably the seller, is going to wait a week. Isn't interested in the over asking offer either. Wow, am I the clueless one? No, Joe, you are definitely not the clueless one. The clueless one is definitely this listing agent. You have yeah, dude, and yeah, man, kind of characterizing the conversation. And then, of course, the meat and potatoes is no correspondence when other offers came in. That's one issue. But in my opinion, the larger issue of the main issue here is this. My guy is going to wait a week. This is evidence of a listing agent not having properly prepared their seller client, right? So when you take a listing, it's not, well, let's put it on the market. In this market, you don't take a listing and throw it on the market and just we'll wait to see what happens. When you put a listing on the market in this market, you want to be walking your seller through the anticipated events. We're probably going to get multiple offers. This is what we'll probably see with regard to offer quality. These are the strategies that we can employ depending upon the offers that we receive. And then if A happens, then we'll respond with B strategy. And if Y happens, then we'll respond with Z strategy. But effectively, you get your seller client on board with, what's our target here? We're listing at 400 grand. We'll be really happy if we get 425 with a clean offer. And we're willing to take as little as 415 with a clean offer. And if we get a weak offer, we probably want to wait for a stronger offer to come in, right? So if we get a contingent offer or an offer with 100% financing, we might want to wait for the weekend for a stronger offer to come in. So you walk through the scenarios and you get your seller client to pre-agree to what their objective is. That way, when the objective is achieved, you sign that offer and you open up escrow. This is evidence of that listing agent having done none of those things. And now that listing agent is along for the ride. The seller's crazy coaster is essentially what that listing agent is going to be dealing with now. And we, of course, are our client and Joe and Marty are the unfortunate byproduct of that. So, and down below, Sue talks about hoping IMLS and Boise Regional Realtors will require some CE for listing agents, how to professionally manage and handle multiple offers. I think that's a fantastic idea. I would love to see them do that. The problem is you can offer the best training in the world, but if you have some agent from XYZ brokerage, most people aren't going to go if it's voluntary. If they do go, a lot of people are going to not pay attention. And those that do pay attention, many of them won't adopt it. So, you can lead a horse to water, but you can't force the horse to drink, is kind of the scenario that we'd run into even with this training. So I think really the objective here, or the strategy here, has to be that it's unfortunate, but I think the strategy has to be that you have to anticipate that the other agent is not necessarily competent, right? And so, especially in this unique market that we have right now, there's a in a more moderate market, if you write an offer on a property and you call the agent, hey, just checking in, and you call the agent again, hey, just checking in, you're going to disenfranchise yourself from that agent because you're too pushy, you're too bothersome. But the market that we're in now almost necessitates it. So my advice would be always assume that the other agent isn't necessarily going to do the right thing. They're not going to call you when they have another offer that comes in. They're not going to keep you up to speed. Honestly, I think even good agents are running into problems where they're normally able to handle the situation, but they're so overwhelmed with the volume of offers that their normal systems break. So whether you're dealing with a weak agent or an overwhelmed agent, I think you're going to run into challenges. I know we are running into challenges, and I think we're going to continue to run into challenges of agents not effectively handling multiple offers. And I think that creates an opportunity for us to, I don't want to say help that agent, but for us to kind of try and find a way to push the chaos aside. And we do that in the form of a clean offer, very clear communication, follow-ups, staying engaged with the agent, sympathizing with the agent, their multiple offers, maybe even helping the agent with, you don't want to intrude on a strong agent's knowledge, but if you have an agent that you can tell is feeling a bit overwhelmed, don't be afraid to kind of give them some pointers, not as a superior talking to an inferior, but rather as a partner in the industry, and say, hey, I know that you're in this tough situation. The last time I was in that situation, this is what I did, and this is how I communicated with my seller, and it actually ended up being very helpful. So if you can help the agent navigate the chaos, that might help, right? The agent might say to the seller, hey, this agent really seems to have their act together. It's a clean offer, it's a strong offer. And I know that if we open escrow with this agent and this buyer, that the transaction will probably be a smooth one. So anyway, there's some food for thought. I would be sure to go to Atova Central Resources, and then there's a document in there called The Competing Offer. If you've been paying attention to the dashboard for the past couple of months, you will have seen 2 or 3 instances where agents have popped on saying, hey, I used all these strategies and it worked. My client's offer won. We were facing 10 other offers, but we won. And we won because we used the strategies in the competing offer document in Atova Central Resources. So definitely use the competing offer document. Definitely stay engaged with the listing agent. So it's a unique market. At the risk of being pushy, I think you still have to call agents. Hey, do you have any other offers that came in? Is our offer still looking good? If they say, nah, not so much, you say, well, hey, where do we have to be? I know you can't give me specifics, but are we close? Ask these open-ended questions and see what information you can get. Offer to help the agent. Anything that you can do, the little things can make a big difference. So stay engaged and call me if you want some strategy help. John Poole asked for a realtor connection in Driggs, Victor, Idaho, or Alta, Utah area. I know John knows what I'm about to talk about, and he's looking for an actual referral, somebody that knows somebody personally in one of these areas. But if you don't get, if you're looking for a referral, Alta, Utah, if you're looking for a referral and you can't get an actual, hey, I know somebody type of referral, go to CRS.com and click on Find a CRS, and then you can just type in, what was it, Alta, Utah? Alta, Utah. Type in the city where they're from. Alta. So nothing shows up for Alta. So what we're going to do here is we'll do Alta, Utah, and it might be adjacent to like a bigger city. So like maybe somebody from Sandy services Alta, or maybe Park City, probably Park City. So it looks like resort town. So we kind of find the area, and so let's do Park City, Utah, and then hit search. And then what we have here is we have CRS agents. So these are all CRS agents. So two things to know about CRS agents. One, the CRS designation is one of the more challenging to obtain, one of the more prestigious designations that you can get. So if you're looking to improve those letters after your name, really the two things that you should go for is one, your broker's license, and two, the CRS designation. Those are, in my opinion, by far there's a lot of other good stuff, don't get me wrong. ABR, GRI, CNHS, Certified New Home Specialist. There's Senior SRE, Senior Real Estate Specialist, SRES, I think is what it is, SRES. Lots of good stuff out there, but your broker's license and your CRS would be the two kind of cream of the crop ones. And part of the reason the CRS is impressive is that it's very difficult to get. So it's really generally only the very most serious committed type agents ever get their CRS designation. So just by filtering, hey, I just want to see CRS agents, which we do by going to this website, that these agents are, really in the business. That's point number one. And then point number two is a big part of the CRS curriculum is referral fees, paying referrals and generating a referral network. And so you'll find that not only are CRS designees strong agents, but they're also very happy and willing to pay referral fees. So I like to go down here, search. This is 2013, 1999, 2006. These guys, they've all been in the business for a long time. I generally will choose somebody with a photo. So there's a lot of options here. 06. So this David guy. Mary. So I would probably start by calling Tom and Mary here, just to kind of do an interview. You don't want to interview. You don't want to refer blind. You want to call. You want to call them, talk to them a little bit, make sure that they're personable. You don't want to refer your client to someone that when your client calls, the person is, super grumpy, and that's not good. MAIREROSOL, and that's 435-800-7835. All right, and then we'll go back to the dashboard here, and we'll reply to John's listing. Here's a couple from the CRS website. If you don't get any other referrals, both these agents service the, what did we decide it was? The Park City area. The Park City area, which is adjacent to Alta. Here's a couple agents from the Sierra website. If you don't get any of the referrals, both these agents service the Park City area, which is adjacent to Alta. Save. Okay, so that's for John. And then here, really quick, we have a referral that we received for buyers Andrea and Anthony Wunderlich and seller Cecil Mastis for a deal that closed at America Title with America Title in Payette. So if this is you, we have your referral fee. We are looking for you. It's been 5 days, so we're definitely hanging on to that money. So let us know if that is you. And then let's jump over and look at the market data real quick and we'll wrap up. So interesting, for the first time in almost 2 months, we have a little bit of an uptick in listing inventory. You know, it's not huge, it's nothing home to write about, but it is pretty cool nevertheless. Well, that's way too large. Let's go back down to something manageable here. There we go. So we do have this little bit of a uptick here in listing inventory. So we've been, you know, since here, so 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. So 2.5 months. So for the first time in 2.5 months, we have a slight increase in listing inventory. That does come coupled with a decrease in the number of listings going pending. You can see that's been kind of steady and falling a little bit. So this has been leveling off and now coming up just a little bit, and this is going down. So kind of what you'd expect. Well, to a certain extent, this is what you'd expect for the winter. You'd normally see, you know, listing inventory. Well, normally what you'd see is you'd see listings going pending like that and active listings going like that, kind of parallel to each other because everything just slows for the winter. But we're not coming out of a normal period at all. We're coming out of insanity. So, you know, things are unique, but we are beginning to see what I thought we would see, which is pending starting to slow down and listings beginning to come up a little bit. Probably won't see them come up significantly until the spring. But this is the beginning indication of perhaps a little bit of a return to normalcy. Only time will tell. And honestly, in spring, we might just go right back to total chaos again. Difficult to say, but as small as it is, this little uptick gives me hope for listing inventory. You know, there are still properties coming on the market. That's the, you know, there's enough inventory last week for, you know, for this many homes to go pending. So there is a lot of activity in the market. It's just that there's this big disparity between supply and demand right now. So work hard for your buyers, use those strategies in the competing offer document, call me for assistance, engage the listing agents when you write the offer, and, you know, after you write the offer, kind of try and stay in contact and befriend them and, you know, do what you can do. That's it for tonight. I appreciate you guys. Keep up the good work. Call me when you need me. I'm available and happy to help, and we'll talk soon. All right. Good night now. Bye-bye.